Hi, hello, and welcome to my messy bookshelves. So today we're going to do some complaining. I thought it would be fun to do the I'm so annoyed booktube tag, which was created by Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading and inspired by Melinda from A Web of Stories. So I have been watching these constantly, these videos, and I wanted to do it anyway, but I was tagged by Art at Bookshelf Odyssey. So thank you so much for tagging me. So let's get to complaining. So the first question is, do publishers ever do things that you find annoying? Yes. I think we all have very similar annoyances with the publishers, but one of the things that I haven't really seen mentioned pretty often was the price of Kindle books. So I have a Kindle. Obviously, I prefer print books, but I have a Kindle because it is very convenient to have a Kindle and have lots of books in my pocket or on my phone. So I have looked for Kindle books in the past where the price of the Kindle book is essentially almost as much as the hardcover version in print, and I just don't understand that. I can understand the audiobook costing a lot because you have someone that has to actually sit down and read it and record it. The print book, their materials, shipping, etc. So I looked up a popular book series that I have not read yet. It is on my shelf, but Fourth Wing, which I have seen all over the internet lately, and the price on Amazon for the hardcover was $16.99. The Kindle version was $14.99. Now, $2 less for an ebook, I'm not gonna do it. So I find myself using my Kindle now only for books that I get for free, either from the library or from the Kindle Unlimited subscription. Another thing I cannot stand, and I have an example here. Funny, I was just actually talking yesterday to Art at Bookshelf Odyssey about this book. The movie cover. Why? And then they have to tell you that it is now a major motion picture. Like, that to me is very irritating. So those are some things that publishers do, just some of the things that annoy me. Question number 2, have you ever been annoyed by a spoiler? Even something as simple as telling you there's a plot twist, or a great plot twist. I can't think of any off the top of my head that were spoiled for, maybe Harry Potter. Yep, the major event that takes place in, I think, book 6, that was spoiled for me, yes. And then I inadvertently spoiled Death on the Nile for my husband by telling him there is a great plot twist, you'll never guess it. And he did. And I was upset because he didn't get to experience the plot twist there. Question number 3, have you ever been annoyed by what you discovered in a little free library, a book sale, or a used bookstore? Tell us what you found and why you found it annoying. So I am lucky because I do have 2 little free libraries very close to my house. One is in walking distance and one is in the park across the street from my daughter's school. So we regularly go there, we regularly put books in there. And when we put books in there, we put brand new books. But the books that I find in there, sometimes the cover is like half ripped off. Like, why? Just maybe not throw it in the trash, but you can recycle it. Like, come on. Another thing, I have an example here, actually. I was looking for a copy of this book because I remember it being my favorite book that my mom read to me when I was tiny. And I wanted it for my daughter, for her little golden books collection. And I paid money for this. Gently used. And you have the like gilding coming off, and then there's scribbles over the text. So I was pretty annoyed about that. That's very annoying. Question number 4. When it comes to short story collections, are you annoyed if there's a novella in the middle? I can't really say that I would be annoyed. I don't read short stories too often. When I have, I don't know that I've experienced this, maybe, but I don't think it would annoy me at all. It's still shorter than a novel, so not at all. Deckled edges, beautiful or annoying? Beautiful. I love deckled edges. Look at how pretty that looks. I just love this. So yeah, beautiful for me, not annoying. Other people's annotations in a used book or library book. I should hope that they're not in library books, because that would be very annoying to me. In a used book, if I'm buying it in person, I would check to make sure that there's nothing too crazy in there. I don't like highlights, maybe little annotations in the margin or something. I wouldn't mind too much. But if there's too much in there, I don't want to be reading what they thought I want to read. Or I want to discover it for myself and form my own conclusions. If there's a series or collection of certain kinds of books and changes are made, are you annoyed or are you okay with it? This is one of the most annoying things to me. And I have a couple of examples here. One of them is less drastic, but I have here 2 books by the same author. I wouldn't say that it's necessarily a series, but it does follow historical fiction that follows the Plantagenets. So you can see one is slightly taller than the other. I just don't understand why. And even worse than that, we have here the first 2 books in the Fantastic Beasts series, and then book number 3. Not even remotely the same. Like, what in the world? These are so pretty, they go together. And then there's this, which is presumably a movie cover. So yeah, I almost didn't buy this. It took me a long time to actually go out and buy it because I was waiting to see if there would be one like these. So one of the most annoying things in the bookish world to me, like, and I understand it's what's inside of the books that counts, but I do want it to look nice on my shelf too if I'm going to go out and actually purchase the book to sit on my shelves. So yes, one of the most irritating things to me about being a reader. Question number 8. Do the decisions of characters in a novel ever annoy you? Share the book and what decision you found so annoying. Yes, the decisions of characters often annoy me. One that comes to my mind off the top of my head is Madame Bovary by Gustave Flaubert. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So she makes quite a few decisions in her married life. She's dissatisfied with her marriage, and she kind of goes on a downward spiral. So, was screaming, like, why are you doing that? And Lily Bart from House of Mirth, I think, by Edith Wharton. Not married, but she is a young lady who is trying to maintain her position in the world. She has no money, and she makes a series of decisions that also sends her into a downward spiral. Harry Potter. Constantly screaming at him when I'm reading those books, like, why don't you just tell somebody? Just tell somebody. Why do you always have to go and try to do stuff on your own? Same thing with Frodo in Lord of the Rings. Just ask for help. Now, I understand that that's part of the, what drives the plot forward, but I'm sitting there screaming at them while I'm reading. Question number 9, are you ever annoyed by how someone organizes their books? So, this one, I think that people should organize their books however they like. Do you? However, for me, the organizing books with the spine in, madness to me. Madness to me. The rainbow, the color aesthetic of organizing your books by color, I think it looks pretty, but I also think it's very impractical. Not that my books are organized really well. I don't have them in alphabetical order or anything, but I know where everything is because it's categorized by genre and author. So yeah, the inward spine kills me. The rainbow bookshelves, they look pretty. Not for me. I would say that the spine one really annoys me, and the rainbow one I'm kind of neutral about. I think if you want to have your books look pretty like that, you do you know? And the last question, share something bookish that you find annoying. Okay, so this one, I have thoughts. Mass market paperbacks. Why? Why is it so narrow? You literally can't open the book without cracking the spine to actually read, unless you're going to be reading like this. And I don't read like that. You can't even see all the words because it goes all the way into the margin. So you have to crack the spine, and I hate that. I hate narrow books already, but especially when they are the mass market paperback. So they're small and they're narrow. Another example. Like, how are you supposed to read this? It doesn't even stay open. And even this. So I got these to upgrade from these. But even these are not that great because they're still relatively narrow and they're not floppy enough. So, like, I still have to hold it open and essentially fight with it to keep the book open. Now, compared to something like this, that's perfection to me. It just stays open to the page that you want it to stay on. So that to me is perfection. This is annoying. Annoying. So, okay. I think I've complained long enough. I hope that some of you are still with me, and if you are still with me, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.